Yes, hello, it's us once again. And who are we?
We're the Jgirls.
Oh, we are the Jgirls. This is another episode of our broadcast, RWJ Couch Chat with the Jgirls and with the J. All right, I'm Joan. We have. So we are Jgirls, and today we have another fantastic guest with us. And I hope you join us as we introduce our guest to you. See you soon. We are back. We are on a broadcast, like we said. We've been talking about the house rules, and today we have a special person to join us today. Our guest would call on board, and she would introduce herself. We wanted to introduce her. Hi, can you introduce yourself to us?
I am Ebun Joseph, fully Lois Ebun Joseph.
Okay.
I'm excited to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. So you are on our program, and our program is getting to know you. We want to know all about you, and you told us your name, Ebun Joseph. So BJ, the one that asked the first question.
So please tell us about yourself.
Oh, so little J asks, tell us about yourself.
Okay. As you already know, I'm Ebun Joseph, and I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. I grew up in Nigeria. I did my primary and my secondary school in Lagos, then did my university in Ogun State, my first degree in Ogun State. And when I finished uni, I actually studied banking and finance. I moved to the UK in 2003 for further studies. Well, as we all, first of all, when we get here, we tend to work a little. So that was delayed a bit, but I eventually did my second degree here in the UK and finished around 2010 and been working since then. I moved to Edinburgh for a job, and from different contracts, I'm currently in the financial sector as an analyst. I've got 2 kids and a boy and a girl. I've got a 15-year-old girl and a 6.5-year-old boy. And what else about me? I also like to relax watching a good movie, precisely an investigative movie. And sometimes I do, when I have the time, I also like to read good autobiography books. I'm currently reading a book by Obama, The Promised Land. I just started, so don't ask me any question about it. So that's me.
She just said movies, and she said like mom. So, what kind of movies do you like? Nollywood, or what kind of movies do you like?
I can watch Nollywood movie, but to be honest, I'm Nollywood myself, so I tend to watch more American movies that are investigative rather than just I love investigative. Maybe because of the kind of job I do. I kind of like to, I like because to.
I like problem solving. I like problem solving, so I like mysteries. Yeah, mysteries and
mysteries as well. Yeah, yes,
okay,
I like
good.
that.
Question Auntie to find out about who she is.
What food do you like?
This Auntie. What food do you like and what food do you not like? You look at her, not me.
Oh, to be honest, I can't really say I don't like any type of food, but I do like you know what? I'm not picky. I'm not a fussy eater. I like to explore different kind of food. So a lot of time in the house, I cook the usual Nigerian dishes: jollof rice, fried rice, pounded yam, and all kind of. But when I go out, I like to explore. I like to taste things that I've never tasted before. So I think actually I like more Chinese meals than any other. So I'll say Chinese. Yeah.
She said I like Chinese.
Nigeria.
She likes Nigeria, but I'm a bit a picker, so I stick with what I'm used to.
I like to explore.
It's your favorite.
Nigerian food, that's all. So I'm a bit, I just have a niche for the kind of food I eat, and then that's it. I don't.
Okay.
But they are the explorers, so they don't explore in my house. When they go out, they go and explore.
They have to explore. You have to eat what's in front of them. That's true.
Wow.
All right. So thank you for that. Is there any other question, Big J? Final. Thank you for telling us all about yourself. And Big J, can you even answer the question?
What are the house rules you grew up with at home?
Wow, okay. House rules. We had a lot. But first of all, I know I've watched a bit of your episode, and it's as if I say this, it's gonna be like, oh, here we go again. It's the first thing we have to respect.
Because we know that I told them it's the same thing for all Nigerian families. This for them to keep hearing.
Yes. You have to respect your elders. You have to respect one another. You have to respect people regardless of who they are. Yeah, respect is the first thing. And another ground rule is in our house, everybody had their chores. You have to do your chores. And when I grew up, we had helps in the house, but as a child, you also had a chore that you had to do. It's not that, everything is left to somebody else to do or a servant. You have to actually do something. And we sometimes rotate these chores so that it's not only one person doing one type of chore. So that's one. And another ground rule is I grew up in a very in a Christian home, so a lot was about praying, and we had times for prayer in the morning and times for prayer at night. So anywhere you are, you need to ensure that at that time you're tuned in or you're in to for the prayer for the morning and the evening devotion. Also, another ground rule in my house was you need to be we had to learn a craft. We had to, growing up, my mom made us learn basically a lot of things. When the schools are on strike, you either go and learn how to sew or learn how to do one thing or the other, but you need to learn a craft, which, for me, it has helped me in my adult life. Maybe when we get to that point, I'll talk about it. But we had to learn a craft. I learned how to make hair. So that's one part of me that a few people know about here in Edinburgh. A lot of people know in London. And what else? When you say you're going to do something, you ensure you do it. So you have to have integrity. So don't say, you're going to do something and eventually change your mind. That's not right. In my house, when you say you're going to do something, you do it. It's very important. Integrity is very important. And be diligent in all that you do. Be diligent. When you want to do something, I tell my children all the time, when you do it, get it right the first time. Don't do it a sloppy walk and eventually they have to tell you to come and do it again. No, that's not right. Because you've wasted your time, you've wasted everybody's time, and you have to do it twice the time. So it's not worth it. So get it right the first time. Do it well. I think that's what I have.
Thank you for hitting the nail on the head. I think one of the things that we find challenging is kids think that when we tell them these things, that it's only operating in our house, and that why does mom make me do it? Until they hear from somebody like, okay, this thing goes on in somebody else's house. I think it just reinforces the message, and that's so. So I think for me, all these house rules you shared with us are similar to the house rules all the other guests have shared with us, and for the best of us, it shows that we are all on a learning journey of crafting and making ourselves better in terms of telling our kids this is how you should grow up and what our parents have told us. And so based on that, my question would be, how has the house rules, how did they influence you as an adult? How those house rules you got with your parents, how did they influence you as an adult?
It has influenced me greatly because, first of all, like I said earlier on, a Christian background, we had times we had to say our prayers, and I still maintain that. I might not be able to do the morning one because during the week, it's also and bustle. You just want to get out there. But the evening devotion stands. I make sure that is done in the house before we go to bed. Then also, I ensure that my kids have chores they do in the house. I don't do everything. I don't do everything, so I ensure that we have. My daughter does actually she does a lot. She does the laundry and she does the vacuuming in the house, so she knows that that's her chore. My son, I'm trying to, because he's still young, but I'm still trying to push him towards the right direction. When he makes a mess, I ensure that he cleans it up. I'm not cleaning up after you because he needs to do something in the house as well. Then when you,
I'm not cleaning up.
I clean my toilet table, but sometimes I forget.
Oh, sometimes you forget, but you tend to
we all
clean your
do,
table.
yeah. We all do, but prompting eventually, when you do it long enough, it will become a habit for you to do it, regardless of whether or not someone tells you to. So yeah, another way it has influenced me is, like I talked about, crafts. When you learn something, in as much as I have a degree in banking and finance, and I've got a master's in something else. While I was in school in London, I actually did a lot of hair making. Some people might not know that about me, but I did it a lot. In London, a lot of people know me about, oh, she knows how to make hair. A few people know me here in Edinburgh, but I've stopped now. But then I used to do it a lot, and all because my mom ensured that we learn a craft, that don't look down on certain type of profession because you think it's people that didn't go to. No, the Bible says that. Sorry, I'm bringing the Bible into it, but this is me. Your gifts, yeah. Someone that is diligent, your gift brings you before great men. So you need to, it can be intellectual gift, it can be something more in a professional life, but it's a gift that it's inbuilt in you. So, and one thing when it comes to gifts or crafts, things that you pick up easily, that it's not that you have to force yourself to learn it. Those are your gifts. I personally, although I learned other things growing up, I'm very good at making hair, and it has, I have at least a possibility.
It made you a lot of money because making hair is expensive. So you can tell me about it, lady. When it
during my schooling years in London, it did, because I didn't need to worry about going to work and school. It's just they come to me and I do it, and I get paid. So it's easy money for me. So yeah, it did.
For me, because I also learned how to do it. I was making my hair myself during my masters, and I make my kids' hair because that's just how it goes.
Saves you that money as well. It does save. Yeah.
So when it comes to respect and diligence and all that, and I can see it all written all over you in terms of how your career had worked out, it's just because of those integrity and diligence that have taken you through. And I said that's catapult and influences everything you do. And I guess that's why we want to encourage our kids in terms of integrity, reinforcing, finishing what you start, finishing it well, because all the pillars that help Nancy to get ready. So do you agree with me in that sense?
Yeah.
And are you taking that on board?
Yeah.
Actually,
you know what I just remembered now? I also remember the ground rule in our house. It was our dress code. We weren't allowed as girls to dress anyhow. Obviously, because we're from Christian, we're not allowed to wear trousers. But that has influenced me a lot now in the way I dress. Although I wear trousers, but I try to be decent and not to do things that would speak differently of who you are. So you dress well. It's very important.
Oh, dress well. I tell them to dress the way they want to be carried. Present yourself the way they want to be carried.
True.
I don't have to be sharp and proper every time, but I have to clean. Even if I wear a torn trouser, but that torn trouser will be fine. You understand?
Fine,
and torn and beautiful. It will fit you. It will stay on your body. It will be clean on you. That kind of thing. So I think I don't have a great fashion sense, but at least I have a sense of dress appropriately. So
appropriately, yes, it's very important.
Thank you very much. So, Little J,
what rules do you use at home now?
What rules do you use at home now?
I've already mentioned a few of them. I ensure my children have chores. They do. My daughter is actually vacuuming upstairs now. But they have a chore. I ensure that, we do our devotions at night, and I also tell them, when you say you're going to do something, ensure you do it. I also I've taught them that they need to be diligent in all they do. They can't be sloppy. They can't afford to be sloppy. They need to get it right the first time. I also tell them, just it coming to my mind make me laugh, because my kids laugh at me because of it. I tell them patience is a virtue. You need to be patient. Don't get put. And patience in all areas. Sometimes, my son will say, I want this, I want that. I say, no, you're not having it now. You wait. Why? And the next question is why? Why? I said, you wait. It's not time for it.
He said, because that's exactly what I do to her.
It's important that we as children, that they learn how to, as children, you learn how to be patient, or else, because when you grow up, impatience brings a lot of shortcomings. Why? Because impatience makes you do things you're not supposed to do at the wrong time, not at the right time. Things you're not supposed to do, and things that you're supposed to do at the right time, you do it at the wrong time. I mean, the right thing you're supposed to do, you do it at the wrong time. Another thing I've embedded in my children is that they need to respect each other, respect people outside, and also have courtesy. I think that's something that is a bit lacking in today's generation. They need to be respectful and have courtesy for elders and for others, and they shouldn't look down on anybody. So I'm still teaching them, and I'm praying that it sticks and they live by it, because it's very important in individuals when they grow, that they are respectful, that they are diligent in all they do, that they're hardworking, and they are people of integrity. So when you see somebody and they say A, B, and C, you can trust that what they have said is what it is. It's very important.
Thank you for reinforcing these messages, and that's all this program is about. And like I tell the other speaker, the reason why I started this program is because from my little experience, I see that kids that are growing up here have a bit of a divide understanding parents that grow in Africa or from the rest of the world. And so I wanted to see how we can bridge the knowledge of how we grew up to how we're raising them up, so they can see that we are trying to give them what we have, which is virtues, which is moral, which is dutifulness, and which is kind of lost today. And let them not see it as strange, but let them see that we are impacting them. Because the truth is, if other children like these two girls are watching this program every week, we can imagine how we are changing lives. And you and I and all the other guests that come on this program are impacting, are sowing a seed, are reinforcing. Like when you said patience, you just said, oh no, again, I hear it every day.
It's very important. I think the generations we have now is like fire brigade general. They want everything very fast, very fast, very fast. There's nobody's patient. Just like the technology, when we were growing up, the technology wasn't as fast as it is, right? But now it's so fast now that even they are impatient with it. I was like, seriously, you need to go back to the time when we started using the computer. You press enter, you go and come back, and it's okay.
Do you remember cyber cafe? You go to the cyber cafe. Yeah, because I used to go to the cyber cafe in the night. That is when it is fasted. The cyber cafe is useless.
It runs so slow. So we've learned to be patient with everything. In as much as you need to get things done right, do it right the first time, you still have to have patience in other aspects, because it also helps you in life. Because if you're patient, no pressure will push you to do the wrong thing, because you know that there's time for everything. So
you process everything before you go ahead. So who is the next one? Yeah, you.
So what inspires you to keep going?
What inspires you to keep going as a parent, as your business analyst in life? What inspires you?
Okay. I think what inspires me really is, first of all, I've got my children looking up to me, and I need to lay the right examples for them. Because fine, we know that in life, I always say to my friend, I say, I wish while we were growing up there was a manual that they wrote how hard up life is. Because when we were young, like, when I grow up. Well, now I'm old, I'm like, oh my God, the first a lot. There's so many challenges.
Yeah.
You want to go back to where you came from and start all over again and enjoy that life while you had it. But what inspired me to basically, get on in life is ensuring that I build my children up right, and also lay good examples for them, and also that I can also do things for others, because if you work hard, with working hard brings its benefits and its blessings, and from that blessing you can be a blessing to others. So that's what inspired me, for me to be able to be, through God's blessing, through my hard work, I can also bless others. I think that's it, and also leave good inheritance for my children. So I think that's what inspires me to do well. And of course, based on my background, on the ground rules that have been embedded in me by my parents, I always want to live by example. So I like to be seen as someone of integrity, someone that is diligent in what I do, and someone that can be relied upon to get things done. So knowing, working towards that and continuously doing that, and knowing that people see me as that, I think that's what inspires me, and being the best of who I can become.
Yeah, thank you so much. We are grateful, and your words today have really inspired me, and I've taken one or two things I need to throw on the girls. Like, for instance, I never knew that, I never took learning something as a rule growing up, but I learned something, But for you, it's a rule. So for them, it's going to be a rule added to my house. They need to learn.
They need to learn a craft, or learn. It could be something that even if they don't work in the current profession, or whatever profession they study, it can also bring them, take them before, because it's a gift to them. It will, take them before great men and bring them out there. So, and it can be monetized. So, because of what my mother ensured that we all learned, I know how to sew. There's nothing that is done in this house that I would not bring out the sewing machine to sew, and things I just love.
That is
So
great. So who is the superhero then? Who is your superhero?
Wow,
Tell us about
superhero. My superhero changes over time, but for now, it's not a cartoon character or anything, because obviously as an adult you need somebody
he was hero. I wanted to say. I just used super in front of it.
Okay, hero. I have two people that I look up to now. One is Michelle Obama. I've read her book and it's really inspired me. Also this Nigerian lady, Ibukun Aoshika, also motivates. She's a motivational speaker. So when I listen to her, and I get really, really motivated, really inspired to be a better person, and not to just do the bare minimum. I need to get because a lot of time, I don't know, I know I gave it time, but I want to give an example of how, as women from African background, they tend to kind of have this stereotype or picture that, or mold that they put us in, that we need to be only this. But these people are female, and they've done a lot. They've done even much more than a male counterpart would do. So it inspires me to be that and much more for myself.
I think she's a business tycoon, right?
Yes. She is, and she was also in the movie Citation. When I saw in the movie, I was like, "Oh my God, this woman is everything." So it's really, she's really inspiring to me, and because obviously she's from a Nigerian background. Again, it also says a lot that we can do more with ourselves as women, as African women. So those are people that are my heroes at this point.
Thank you. I like the way you said your heroes change. So for some of us, our hero is just one person, and for others, their heroes are dynamic, because one thing that is sometimes like is change. So that's very interesting. And I think the last one to do before we just asked you to tell us, little J, tell Auntie.
For the kids.
What advice do you have for the kids before you go?
The advice I have for you is be the best of who you are, and don't let anybody say you can't do something. As long as it's a good thing and it's the right thing, you can do it. And always work hard. What you have to do it right the first time. Don't do a sloppy work. Anything you want to be diligent in it, ensure you get it right the first time, and always work hard, and don't get discouraged when you feel you can also by whatever you're not good at this point. As long as you practice, you eventually, as long as you know that that's what you want to do, practice makes perfect. You become better. So don't give up in anything that you feel that you're not good at. keep at it, you'll become better, and work hard, be diligent, also have integrity. When you say you're going to do something, ensure you do it as long as it's the right thing. That's one thing that my siblings say, that you can trust Ebun to get it done for you. If she says she's going to do it, she'll do it. But if she can't do it, she'll tell you she can't do it. Even if they feel bad about it, I tell them that, okay, my yay is my yay and my nay is my nay. So that's my advice for you.
Thank you. It was short and sweet. Thank you so much. I'm really inspired by today. And I think one of the things you threw to me that I've been telling them is do it once and do it right. And it's like, oh, this woman was alone. but thank you for coming to help me. On this journey of parenting, you've added grace to my parenting skills today of reminding them, Auntie will love you. Whatever you do it right.
Do it all the first time.
That is one thing I learned from my dad. Although I didn't understand why important it is, but my dad always say, whatever you do it well. He doesn't even say the first time, but do it well. And that message just reinforces all my life, and I'm telling them again. So on this note, want to thank Auntie Ebun Joseph for coming. Girls, I can say thank you.
Thank you, Auntie.
No, thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
And for the viewers at home, want to thank you for joining our broadcast today. And next week we'll bring another special guest to you. Today's special guest was Auntie Ebun Joseph, and next week we'll bring another special guest. So see you next time. Bye.